In a small village surrounded by vast golden plains, the people lived in harmony with the land. Their survival depended on the crops they grew and the rivers that watered them. But one fateful year, the rains failed. The rivers dried up, the crops withered, and the land turned barren. Hunger gripped the people, and their once lively village became a place of despair. The villagers believed in the ancient tales of the spirit of the forest, a powerful guardian who lived in the heart of the forest. Some said the spirit was a protector of nature, others feared it as a vengeful force. Desperate for help, the village elders gathered to decide their next course of action. "The spirit of the forest is our last hope," said the oldest elder. "But beware, for the spirit is known to test those who seek its favor. Only one with a pure heart can succeed." When no one volunteered, a brave young woman named Amora stepped forward. "I will go," she said firmly. "The forest has always provided for us. It is only right that we seek its wisdom now." Amora prepared for her journey, taking offerings of honey, beads, and seeds as gifts for the spirit. Her family and friends wished her well, though many feared she might not return. As she entered the forest, a sense of awe filled her. The air was cooler, and the sunlight barely penetrated the dense canopy. Ancient trees loomed above her, their twisted roots forming natural pathways. Birds called out from the treetops, and distant rustles hinted at unseen creatures. The deeper she ventured, the more alive the forest felt. She noticed how the trees seemed to whisper and sway, as though guiding her toward her destination. But as night fell, the forest's welcoming presence turned eerie. Strange noises surrounded her, and glowing eyes watched her from the darkness. Amora pressed on, her courage unwavering. After 3 days of walking, Amora arrived at the heart of the forest. There, she found a massive baobab tree that seemed to pulse with life. Its trunk was wide enough to house a family, and its branches stretched toward the heavens, laden with glowing fruits. As she approached, the ground trembled, and a shimmering figure emerged from the tree. The spirit of the forest appeared, radiating a golden light. Its form was both majestic and otherworldly, blending human grace with the power of the animals, the strength of a lion, the elegance of a gazelle, and the wisdom of an owl. "Who dares disturb the peace of my forest?" the spirit's voice boomed, carrying the weight of centuries. Amora bowed deeply and spoke, her voice steady. "Great Spirit, I come not to disturb but to seek your guidance. My people are suffering. The rains have abandoned us, and the land no longer provides. Please, show us the way to restore balance." The spirit regarded Amora with piercing eyes. "Many have come before you, seeking my help, but few understand the cost. What have you brought as an offering for the forest?" Amora presented her gifts: honey, beads, and seeds, and laid them at the spirit's feet. "These are humble tokens from my village, offerings of gratitude for the forest's past blessings." The spirit nodded but did not seem satisfied. "Your gifts are thoughtful, but words and objects mean little to the earth. Tell me, child, why should the forest aid those who have forgotten its sacredness? Your people have taken without giving back." Amora hesitated, then spoke with honesty. "You are right, Great Spirit. We have grown careless and selfish, but we have also learned from our suffering. I ask not for riches or power but for wisdom to guide my people back to harmony with the land." The spirit's eyes softened, but it said, "Your words are sincere, but sincerity alone is not enough. To prove your worth, you must face 3 trials. Only then will I decide whether to help you." The spirit transformed into a roaring lion, its golden mane blazing like fire. Your first trial is to face your fears. Stand before me without flinching, or turn back and admit defeat. Amora trembled but stood her ground. I will not run, she said. I came seeking truth, and I will face whatever you require of me. The lion circled her, its growls shaking the earth. Finally, it lunged, but stopped inches from her face. The spirit returned to its original form, smiling. You have passed the trial of courage. Fear cannot rule a heart filled with purpose. For the second trial, the spirit led Amora to a clearing where a riverbed lay dry and cracked. Tell me, said the spirit, how would you make this river flow again? Amora knelt by the riverbed, running her fingers through the dry soil. She closed her eyes, remembering the lessons her elders had once taught about the cycles of nature. The river cannot flow unless the land is nurtured. We must plant trees to hold the soil, honor the rains when they come, and let the earth heal itself over time. The spirit nodded. You have passed the trial of wisdom. True solutions come from understanding, not haste. For the final trial, the spirit led Amora to a grove filled with the most beautiful fruits she had ever seen. Take what you desire, said the spirit, but remember, every choice has consequences. Amora gazed at the fruits, their sweet aroma tempting her. But instead of taking the largest or ripest fruit, she selected a handful of seeds and turned to the spirit. I choose these seeds, for they will provide not just for me, but for my people and the land. The spirit smiled. You have passed the trial of gratitude. True prosperity comes not from taking but from giving. Pleased with Amora's courage, wisdom, and humility, the spirit gifted her a pouch of sacred seeds. These seeds will grow into trees that bring rain and nourish the earth. Teach your people to honor the balance of nature, and the forest will always provide. Amora thanked the spirit and began her journey home, carrying the seeds with reverence. When Amora returned, she shared the spirit's teachings with her people. Together, they planted the seeds and vowed to care for the land. Slowly, the rains returned, the rivers flowed, and the village prospered once more. From that day forward, the villagers lived in harmony with the forest, always remembering the wisdom of the spirit and the courage of the young woman who had saved them all.